The next problem statement is to print Fibonacci sequence or Fibonacci series using recursion. To print Fibonacci series using recursion. Now here I require header file hash include stdio.h. Next we are going to write the function prototype. The function prototype is int Fibonacci of int, let me give one number n. This is our function prototype or function declaration. Next int main. So here we are going to read the values of n, and here let me take one more in the global declaration. Let me initialize this value like int number comma I. Next let me initialize one more variable j. So these are the variables which I require as part of the code. Now let us go into the main. So here we are requesting the user enter the number of terms in the Fibonacci series. Enter the number of terms in the Fibonacci series, that is the n value. Scanf %d, scanf %d, comma address of number. So this is how we are going to read the number. Now printf the terms, that is the Fibonacci series are here I am using for loop for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, that is the number, I less than or equal to number, I plus plus. So within this for loop I am printing whatever the value which the function is returning, recursive call function, %d /t, let me take /n or /t is also fine, comma the Fibonacci of I, the I value. Next, whatever the value whichever we took in the given Fibonacci series, so let me initialize here the I value. Let me initialize I value equal to let me initialize j value equal to 0, and here I will start with j value equal to 0. I am starting this series from j. This is for the number of elements in the series, and this j will start from Fibonacci of 0 and so on. Now I will increment the value of j by 1, j plus plus. I will increment the value of j by 1, j plus plus. Next, after this, let me make my control for new line. Next, return 0. Now, so within this we have written the function call. Now we are going to write the function definition, that is int Fibonacci of int n. Fibonacci of int n. So this is what we call it as function definition. Function definition. Now here we are going to write the condition if n is double equal to 0 or n is double equal to 1, then the terms in the series, what we need to return? Return the n value itself. Return the n value itself, because we are printing this value here in the for loop. So it will return n, else return Fibonacci sequence, that is Fibonacci function of n minus 1 plus the Fibonacci sequence of n minus 2. So this is how the logic for writing the recursive function and finding this Fibonacci sequence or Fibonacci series. Now let me execute this code and check whether the Fibonacci series is printed for a given list of elements or not. So let me give 10 elements in the Fibonacci sequence. So if you see the output, totally there are 10 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the Fibonacci series is 0 plus 1, that is first term plus second term will give the third term. 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 plus 8 is 21, 21 plus 13 is 34, right? So this is how the sum of the previous terms, that is first term and second term, is giving you the third term. The series goes on. This series we call it as Fibonacci series, and this is the logic how the recursive call works for the Fibonacci series. Let me execute with one more test case to understand the internal steps of this. I am running the code once again. Now let me give the terms here as the total number of terms are 5. The total number of terms in the series should be 5. So these are the 5 numbers which are there in the series. Now let us understand how internally those steps are being evaluated. Now what is the value of num? The value of num is 5. The value of num is 5. Now check the for loop. I equal to 1. Is 1 less than or equal to 5? Condition is true, which means now we are going to call the function. We are going to call the function. So Fibonacci of j. What is the j value initially? 0. J value initially is 0, which means the first time we are going to call it as Fibonacci of 0. Now n value is 0. If n value is 0, n double equal to 0, condition is true. Now return n, which means we are going to return the value of n. What is the value of n here? 0. So first we are printing 0. Next slash d. Again increment j value by 1. Now j value will become 1. Check again I value is incremented by 1. Now j value is 1 and I value is 2. Is 2 less than or equal to num? What is the num? 5. Condition is true. Now check the condition. Fibonacci of j, that is Fibonacci of j value is 1. Condition is true. If condition is true, now here we need to check with Fibonacci of 1, n value equal to 1. Check the condition. If 1 double equal to 0, false, and that is logical or 1 double equal to 1, condition is true. If this condition is true, then next we need to return the n value. So what is the n value? We have 1 itself. So what will be the output? 1. So we are going to print the value of 1. Again increment the j value by 1. Now j value will become 2. Check the condition for I. That is, I is incremented by 1. Now I is equal to 3. I is equal to 3. 3 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. 3 is less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. Now within this for loop we have Fibonacci of j. What is the Fibonacci of j? Fibonacci of 2. Now check the value of n. N equal to 2. N equal to 2. 2 double equal to 0. Condition is failed. 2 double equal to 1. Condition is failed. So in logical OR, if both are false, then the conclusion will be false. Now we need to go to the else part. In the else part we have a return of Fibonacci of n minus 1. What is Fibonacci of n minus 1? N value is 2. What is 2 minus 1? 2 minus 1 is 1 plus Fibonacci of what is n minus 2? N value is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. So that we are adding Fibonacci of 1 plus Fibonacci of 0. So if you call the function again, that is Fibonacci of n minus 2 will be 0. So 0 means n value is returned. So here what is the n value which is returned for this? 0 means the n value will be 0 and Fibonacci of n minus 1, that is Fibonacci of 1. So check the condition. If it is 1, then it is 1. 1 plus 0, which is nothing but 1. Now 1 is returned back to the printf. Now we are printing the value of 1. That is 0 plus 1 is 1. Now in the next iteration, again j value is incremented by 1. Now j value will become 3. I value will become 4. 4 is less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. Now if condition is true, again check with Fibonacci of what is the j value? J value is 3. Fibonacci of 3, which means 3 not equal to 0. 3 double equal to 0, condition is failed. 3 double equal to 1, condition is failed. Which means now we need to go to the return of Fibonacci of n minus 1. What is 3 minus 1? 2 plus Fibonacci of n minus 2. So n value is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. We know what is Fibonacci of 1, right? So Fibonacci of 1 will be 1 and Fibonacci of 2. Now let us check for the condition of Fibonacci of 2. So 2 double equal to 0, condition is failed, or 2 double equal to 1, condition is failed. So for Fibonacci of 2, again we are going to the else part. In the else part what we have written Fibonacci of what is 2 minus 1? Fibonacci of 1 plus what is Fibonacci of 2 minus 2? Fibonacci of 0, which means here we have 1 plus 0. The Fibonacci of 2 is 1. Fibonacci of 2 is 1. So Fibonacci of 2 is 1 and Fibonacci of 1 is 1. Now we get the result as 2. So we are returning that result 2 and we are printing here result 2. Similarly, now again increment j value by 1. Now j value will become 4, I value will become 5. I value is 5, j value is 4. Now 5 is less than or equal to 5, condition is true. Now again it will enter into the j iteration, Fibonacci of 4. What is Fibonacci of 4? Fibonacci of 4 is 4 double equal to 0, that is n value is 4, 4 double equal to 0 or 4 double equal to 1, condition is failed. Now if you go to the else part, in the else part what we have written Fibonacci of n minus 1, that is 4 minus 1 is 3 plus Fibonacci of n minus 2, that is 4 minus 2 is 2. Now Fibonacci of 2, we know what is the previous result we got for Fibonacci of 2, we got it as 1. Now let me just explain for Fibonacci of 3. The Fibonacci of 3 is, again check the n value is 3, 3 means n, that is 3 double equal to 0, condition is failed, or 3 is double equal to 1, condition is failed. Come to the else part. Now Fibonacci of 3 minus 1 is 2 plus Fibonacci of 3 minus 2 is 1. We know what is Fibonacci of 1, we got as 1. Now next Fibonacci of 2 we got it as 1. What is 1 plus 1? 2. So Fibonacci of 3 is 2. Fibonacci of 2 is 1. Now what is 2 plus 1? 3. This 3 is printed as part of the output. Now again increment j value by 1. J value will become 5. Next I value will become 6. 6 less than or equal to 5. Condition is false. This for loop is stopped. Next, this is how you are going to print the Fibonacci sequence using